What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Fitness Goal Friday. I'm fired up today that you're here with me because the reason I get so fired up about people who are listening to this podcast, and especially the people who listen to it all the way through, it's because you are the people who are serious about wanting to achieve your fitness goals. So many people talk about wanting to lose weight. They talk about wanting to get into the best shape of their life. They talk about wanting to be able to lift heavier, run faster, all these things. But most people don't actually do it. They're not actually serious about it. They're not actually disciplined and consistent day after day, week after week, month after month, and year after year. But if you are here listening now, then you're that person. You are that person who is willing to do what it takes. So I want you to start by kind of patting yourself on the back for being that type of person and for spending the time with me today. Today, I want to talk about how weight loss is simple. It is literally so simple. And I'm going to tell you the 4 keys and break down each 4 as to why it really is more simple than you think. But before I do that, I want you guys to make sure that you go check out my Best You 10-week fitness goal setting program, because I've seen so many people be frustrated with themselves when they can't stay consistent, when they can't hold themselves accountable, when they can't stay motivated, when they don't have structure for their workout plan, when they don't have structure for their week. And it doesn't just lead them to not being in the best shape of their lives. It leads them to not having as much confidence, not having as much belief. Therefore, they don't have as much confidence when they stand in front of people at a presentation at work. They don't have as much confidence of asking that question in a meeting, or coming up or presenting their own idea at a meeting. And when you don't feel confident because of the shape that you're in, it affects all areas of your life. And I don't want that to happen. I don't want that to be the case for you. This is Best You for a reason. I want you to become the best version of yourself. And it can start right now with gaining more confidence, gaining more motivation, getting more discipline with the 10-week fitness goal setting program. So if you just go to nickcarrier.com/10-week programs, then you can learn more about it. I can coach you one-on-one wherever you are. I can coach you one-on-one here in Nashville. I can coach you in a group of people. You can be in this accountability group where there's so much camaraderie and there's so much motivation, and everybody's talking about each other's goals, and everybody's cheering on each other's goals. So it's just super fun thing to be a part of, and it's a game changer because it's going to allow you to be more disciplined, motivated, and gain more structure and have more confidence in yourself. So again, nickcarrier.com/10-week programs, nickcarrier.com/10-week programs. One more time, nickcarrier.com/10-week programs. But for now, let's talk about how weight loss is simple. Now, I say it's simple, it's not necessarily easy, but the 4 things that you need to really focus on and really hone in on in order to achieve weight loss, and really any fitness goal, but weight loss in particular, is your fitness, your nutrition, your hydration, and then your mindset. It's not necessarily in that order for any particular reason. It's not like fitness is most important. It just depends on where you are and who you are. Hydration could be most important depending on where you currently are. Mindset could be most important depending on where you currently are. But before I kind of dive into the 4, the overarching theme that I want you to get from this, if you don't remember anything else from this podcast episode, I want you to remember that you have to do something you've never done before in order to get somewhere that you've never been before. You have to do things you've never done before to get results that you've never been able to achieve before, meaning that you have to get a little bit uncomfortable. Now, you have to get a little bit uncomfortable, and your body gets uncomfortable when you do something it's never done, but it goes into shock when you do too much, more than you've ever done before in your life. If you've never worked out before and then you go work out for 2 hours and you try to lift heavy, your body is going to hate you. If you have eaten like crap your entire life and then all of a sudden you have 1 week of super healthy, your body's going to feel really weird and it might not respond very good to that. So your body gets uncomfortable when you do something it's never done before, but it goes into shock if it's done too much. So I want you to kind of remember that, and I want you to realize that you don't have to do the extreme to get to your results. You don't have to be perfect to get results that make you happy, that are worthy results, that are meaningful results. What you have to do is you have to do a little bit better than what you've done in the past over a consistent duration of time. So let's start about number 1, fitness. What do you have to do to lose weight in fitness? Pretty simple. Strength training and cardio. Strength training and cardio is perfect combination of what you need to do in order to lose weight. And again, you have to do a little bit more than what you've been willing and able to do in the past. So if you're listening to this episode and you want to lose weight, or you want to have really achieve any kind of fitness goal, and you currently work out 4 times a week for 45 minutes, Maybe your next step to take it to the next level is work out 4 times a week for 60 minutes, or maybe 5 times a week for 45 minutes. Your body doesn't need a whole lot more of a different stimulus. It needs a little bit of a different stimulus. It needs to get in its uncomfort zone a little bit to be able to start to adapt. Once your body starts to adapt and you do that for a long period of time, that's why people plateau, because they don't do things different than what they've done in the past. And you have to change things up in order for your body to get a different response, right? I mean, there's the whole quote of the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So the same thing goes for fitness, but for whatever reason, so many people expect that the same routine that they've been doing over and over and over again should be giving them something different. But that's just ridiculous. What it really is they're too fearful, or they're not willing to get uncomfortable, and they're not willing to do something different. So to lose weight and for fitness, you have to do strength training and cardio, and you have to do a little bit more. Maybe if it's 4 times a week for 45 minutes, do 4 times a week for 60 minutes. If you're lifting 30 pounds in the dumbbell bench press and for 10 reps, then try to do 30 pounds for 11 reps or for 12 reps. If you're doing it, or maybe go 40 pounds for 8 reps, whatever it is. Put your body through a different stimulus than what it's been used to. In order to keep weight loss simple, nutrition is the second thing I'm going to talk about. Again, let's keep it super simple. How much more simpler can it get than to eat real foods? Eat real foods. Like, a lot of people, when they go to the grocery store and they pick out items, they immediately go to the macronutrients, the macronutrient breakdown, and they look at that as this is what is going to determine whether or not this is healthy or whether or not this is going to get me closer to my fitness goals, when they really, in my opinion, should be going to first is the ingredients list. And if there is just one ingredient, pretty sure that's going to be pretty healthy. You can't really go too far off with that. Now, if there's 2 ingredients, 3 ingredients, 4 ingredients, then it could be pretty good depending on what it is. But if there are a ton of ingredients in it, odds are probably not all that healthy. And if you want to lose weight, keep it simple. Eat real foods. An apple's an apple. A Brussels sprout's a Brussels sprouts. A potato's a potato. Eat real foods. Eat things that are coming straight from the source, coming straight from Mother Nature, straight from the earth. Eat clean meats. If you're not vegetarian, I'm not vegetarian at all. I love meat. Eat clean meats. Eat grass-fed beef. Eat responsibly raised chicken. All that good stuff. So we said fitness, strength training and cardio, nutrition. Eat real foods again, and you don't have to make your diet super crazy. Just do a little bit better than what you've done in the past. If you eat like crap 7 days, eat like crap 5 days, and eat really good 2 days. Or maybe your lunches really suck. Then have 5 good lunches during the week. Or maybe you're really bad at eating sweets, then eliminate sweets. Like, find one area that is maybe the first area or the biggest weakness, and then eliminate it. Once you feel you've done that for a prolonged period of time, take the next step. Do a little bit more than what you've been willing and able to do in the past. Number 3, hydration. Again, this is so key in order for weight loss, but again, start small. Like, if you currently drink 2 glasses of water a freaking day, start by drinking 3 next week or 4 next week, and nail that all 7 days of the week. You have to form a habit before you optimize it. You can't start freaking doing downhill mountain biking if you're still on freaking training wheels. So if hydration is an area that you need to improve on, an area that you struggle with, and you drink 40 ounces of water a day, now let's try to drink 50 ounces of water a day, or 60 ounces of water a day. This is the easiest way, the most simple way that I think about hydration and that I coach for my clients with hydration is this. In order to make sure that you get bare minimum enough, is I have a Yeti that fits about 16 ounces of water in it. It's the first thing that I drink when I wake up. I always have 16 ounces of water before I do anything. I would love to have coffee right away, but I really like actually having the water first because it cleanses out my body. But a glass of water when you first wake up, a glass of water for breakfast, a glass of water for lunch, and a glass of water for dinner. Those are 4, depending on what your glass looks like, 10, 12, 14, 16 ounces. You can get some serious hydration in right there. You can get some serious ounces of water in with just those 4 things. And if you work out that day, odds are you're probably going to have a glass of water or a bottle of water when you're working out. That gives you 5. And then throughout the rest of the day, you're probably going to find a way to get some in. But to keep water simple, drink a glass right when you wake up, drink it for breakfast, lunch, and then dinner. And the fourth and final thing that makes weight loss simple is you have to change your mindset. And there's 2 mindset shifts that I'm going to talk about today that I think are maybe the 2 most important mindset shifts. And number 1 is something that people hear a lot and I feel like people roll their eyes at. But it's, if you roll your eyes at it, you just don't understand the principles of success. And the number 1 mindset shift is that it takes time. Success takes time, and it's supposed to take time because it forces you to build the habits necessary in order to sustain that level of success. If you go have surgery and you lose 50 pounds in surgery, what habits have you formed to keep the 50 pounds off? If you ate 14 desserts the week before you had surgery, you lost 50 pounds, you're probably going to eat 14 desserts the week after you had surgery, and you're probably going to find that your 50 pounds is going to be back on in a number of months because you didn't take the time to build the habits necessary in order to sustain that level of success. So you've got to find a way to force yourself to be patient. And there are strategies that I use in my 10-week goal setting program that I don't have enough time to talk about right now, but there are strategies that I use to specifically force people to be patient. People who take my program don't even know that the strategies that I use that kind of forces patience upon them, but it's in there and it's so, so important to their success. Second mindset shift is comparison. The only person you can compare yourself is to yesterday's version of yourself. Don't compare. And again, this is something you've probably heard before and something we might roll our eyes at because it's so hard to not compare. I compare myself every single day. I'm not going to act like I don't, but I try to see. To me, comparison is all about where you spend your energy. Because we have a certain amount of energy that we can output every single day. We can choose to output our energy towards comparing ourselves to others, or we can just put our energy on ourselves and how we can improve. And so don't put energy into social media for too much time. Now, there's some great things about social media, and you have to use it a certain amount of time during the day, but don't put so much energy to the point where you get stuck in this rut of comparison. Try to find a way to spend more energy on evaluating your own progress every single day, because the only person you can really compare yourself to is the yesterday version of yourself. So again, guys, weight loss is simple. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is simple. It's not some sort of secret that has never been uncovered before. Really, it takes 4 things. It takes fitness, strength training and cardio, nutrition, eat real foods. It takes hydration, drink a little bit more water than you drank yesterday. And it takes the mindset shifts of success takes time, and don't compare yourself to anybody else besides yourself. If you can work on these 4 things every single day, and like I said, you don't have to completely shock your body. You don't have to do 7 workouts a week. You don't have to go extreme dieting. You don't have to drink 150 ounces of water every single day. You don't have to read 7 self-help books in the next week. You start small, because your body starts to experience change when it starts to do things that it's never done before. But it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be a little bit more than what you've been willing and able to do in the past. I hope this was helpful, guys. Send me an Instagram message at carrier_bestyou and let me know what you thought about this episode. Let me know if you were inspired by it. Let me know if it gave you some ideas for what you're going to start to do next and what you're going to start to take action on next. And make sure you go to nickcarrier.com/10-week programs, where you can learn all about the Best You 10-week fitness goal setting program. It's something that I've worked so hard on, and so many people, over 150 people now, have probably gone through the program and have seen such great success. And people are repeating it time and time again, just because they've seen so much success the first time. They've seen how much more disciplined they are. They see how much more they're able to hold themselves accountable, how much more consistent, how much more confidence that they have in themselves. And I want that for you too. So make sure you go to nickcarrier.com/10-week programs. Make sure you start applying these principles that I talked about today in this Weight Loss is Simple episode, because that's what's going to allow you to get closer and closer to your best you.